Who did it? Who posted an official endorsement of Barack Obama to VISTA, the Indiana Volunteers in Service to America blog? You.
Don't worry, it was just
Chapter 1, page 10 of the VISTA Handbook. Thou shalt not become identified with a particular faction or group, or with a partisan or nonpartisan political group in the communities in which they serve. You put us in grave danger. This kind of conduct will not be tolerated.
Something usually becomes airborne when David and Jamie fight. I thought for sure this time it'd be the fork.
Yeah, we're not perfect. We gamble. But we're VISTAs. So most I ever won was 20 bucks in food stamps.
That's assault.
With the cookie, it's aggravated assault.
I'm sorry. The blog is a fake, David. It's a private blog, and I redirected your bookmark to it.
Uh-oh. I didn't make a call then.
Why? What did you do?
I might have sent a letter to state office recommending you all for immediate termination.
Seriously, David?
So last week I turned in my letter of resignation, and today's my last day. I found something else I'd rather be doing. A couple of weeks ago I was at this party and I met a guy in AmeriCorps, except he's in something called NCCC. He started telling me all these stories of like disaster relief and fighting forest fires and, you know, helping people. He said it's like being in a third world country, except he's in Minnesota. Anyway, I decided that that's exactly what I want to do. I can't sit behind a desk anymore. This guy doesn't even have a cell phone. All he could give me the next morning was an email address.
Did you hear why she's leaving?
No, why?
Some guy from NCCC wooed her.
What's NCCC?
They're AmeriCorps, but they fight forest fires.
Seriously?
I heard they can act as an impromptu police force in case of emergency.
Wow.
You know, part of their training includes rock climbing.
Nah,
Seriously.
that's awesome.
NCC fights forest fires? Yeah, right. Only if by fight you mean increase, and forest fires you mean child literacy. How does educating children stop accidental fires? As far as disaster relief goes, this office would be headquarters for any major disaster to hit Indianapolis. Floods, tornadoes, monsoons, hurricanes, volcanoes, locusts. Every week we have 5 hours in service training for disasters. I think we're down to biological contaminants and zoo outbreaks.
No, I can't get out. I've frankly given up.
I think it's ridiculous. Whoever thought that that website would be a good idea?
I don't know.
Well, hi guys, how are my favorite VISTAs doing today? Okay, great. Can anybody tell me where David's office is? Hurry. Fantastic. Oh, thank you, but you really don't have to do that.
I have respect for the office.
Well, it's good to see you again,
Let me have your bag.
Oh, yeah. And how are things?
They're good. It's always a pleasure, Bethany.
And things here? How...
We had a VISTA term early, but that doesn't matter. She wasn't really a VISTA.
Oh. Well, she's still serving at least, and that's something. But I'm here to talk to your people and hopefully reinforce their commitment to VISTA. You know, most of those who term early don't ask for help or guidance. They just let things fester until they have no other choice to quit. Why do they do that?
They're weak.
Well, maybe. It's just they quit and then their site isn't happy and the state office isn't happy, and well, sometimes that's enough to just make you want to scream.
So, you're a screamer?
if you can just have a seat, we'll get to this quickly so that you can get back to your service.
So, is there going to be pizza?
No pizza. We don't have it in the budget.
Well, someone did just quit.
That's a different section of the budget.
But it's noon and I'm hungry.
Me too. Can we at least bring our lunch in here?
Babies. In NCCC, you would starve.
But we're not NCCC. We are VISTAs, and I have a granola bar.
Can I have some?
Okay, looks like we're ready to start here. Now, as you're all aware, Emily recently termed early, or quit. Now, I'd like to talk with you today about some of the consequences for you and your site if you choose to leave early. And I want to talk with you about how we can help so that you never have to make this decision. First, though, let's go through some of the consequences. Obviously, your site misses out on the great work that you've been doing for them. And you miss out on the experience you signed up for to begin with. Now, specifically, you also lose your Ed Award.
What's that?
It's visual aid.
What?
What's with the flaming school
It's
buses?
metaphorical.
Why in the world would I quit and become a street performer?
You wouldn't. You wouldn't escape the bears.
The metaphorical bears.
Oh, this is silly. Can we get back to work, please?
Well, now, hold on a moment, David. Why don't you just go have a seat? I'll captain this for a minute. Go on. Go have a seat. And I'll just cover some of this up for a moment over here. Now, can any of you tell me why a VISTA might term early?
Lack of good leadership.
Crushing micromanagement.
His coffee breath?
That's a lie!
Alright, I think I see what the problem is here, so I will talk to state office and get some things to you soon. Alright.
Have I ever thought about leaving VISTA? Never. Not in a single moment out of all 3 years that I've been serving. After year 2, an accountant friend told me it was literally impossible for me to continue as a volunteer. But he wasn't thinking like a VISTA, outside the box. He wasn't thinking bankruptcy.
Do I ever think about leaving VISTA early? Why would I want to do that?
You think you'd ever term early?
Nah, I told them I'd do this for a year and I meant it.
You didn't even think you'd leave to go fight forest fires with NCCC?
There's still plenty to do even after the fires are put out. Still plenty of ways to serve.
I'm sending some information to you and to the VISTAs. I think it will address what I meant to at the presentation. Oh, and on another note, David, I think you should try listening to your VISTAs more, being more of a guide rather than a supervisor. I don't need to remind you again that you are not actually a supervisor anyway. You're here to help them.
Understood and executed, sir. Anyway, I think you and I should get together, get some FaceTime, go over ideas.
David, I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, thank you. Last week, a quiet Sunday in the park, a picnic, an impromptu game of Red Rover, and an escaped feral chimpanzee lurking in the shadows.